This is the Muddy Boots Podcast, a podcast for those who have been or are stuck in the mud. Building a community of those who are with each other all the way. Well, hello and welcome to the Muddy Boots Podcast. I'm Matt.
And I'm Roger.
And we are your hosts. And this is a different Muddy Boots podcast.
Yeah, it is. Actually, this is going to be our last podcast for a while. We've ran out of sponsorship. It was going along really good, but at this point, we don't have a sponsor, and without a sponsor, we can't continue to do this podcast. So if any of you know of anybody or want to help out, that would be great.
Yep.
If you're finding this podcast beneficial in any way, shape, or form, it would be awesome to continue to do this. We enjoy doing it. We think we're being helpful. People are telling us we are. And so, that's where we're at. So this will be our last one for a while. And if you see us again, it means we got a sponsor.
That's right. And hopefully, you know some people. We have different things for corporate sponsorships.
We do.
Different benefits for that.
We do.
Get your name on the podcast, all that kind of stuff.
Yes.
So if you're connected to someone in the community that would, want to sponsor, that'd be great.
Yeah, absolutely.
How do they? I can flash your email on here. Would that be the easiest way?
That would be the easiest way to do it. Yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Then you can email this.
Yes.
Which is Roger.
No. Well, yeah. You want to say my email?
No, I'm just putting it right here, right now.
Oh, okay.
It's magically appearing in the podcast
magically delicious.
As we speak.
Yes, that's amazing. I don't know how he does
it. It's the beauty of post-production.
Well.
Which costs money, which is why we're bringing this up.
Yep.
Although this does seem like maybe to some, like this is just a throw and go, like, oh, these guys just...
That's how good we are. It looks like it's
takes
a
a lot.
and go.
Takes a lot to do this.
Takes a lot to it.
Anyway,
normally I'm not this pretty.
It's true. You did kind of pretty up.
Well,
pretty in pink.
Well, yeah, I'm pretty in pink. I was just in general saying. Today I'm all dressed up because I'm going to go to the Spice of Life up in Ridgefield, which is every few months we get together and we pick a theme for a meal. Like in January, it was Southern cooking.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was really good. And so it's I go in and I meet with all of my 80-year-old women who think 80-year-old women think I'm kind of cute anyway. So I dress up for it, and so I'm dressed up for this.
You're dressed. That's okay. So
this is dressed up for me.
Yeah. Well, I was going to leave it alone. My intrusive thought came, but then I held it back.
Why?
I don't know. Because it's better today if my intrusive thoughts stay in my head.
Matt is not in the best place today. So this is when you're living life together. Sometimes he can only bring 60% and I got to bring 140.
That's right.
And there's times when I can only bring 60% and he has to bring 140.
It's true.
Today's my turn.
So Indian food. This is tonight's theme.
Yeah. A lot of curry.
I love butter chicken, one of my favorite. Tiki masala.
And there's going to be so much food there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well,
no.
I love that you're doing that.
Yeah.
And that takes place in the library, right, where we were at?
Not in the same room. No, but I'm sure after the meal, there'll be some flushing.
I'm sure there will be. And if we were in that room doing a podcast, you would hear it.
I'm sure we would.
Got these new shoes.
Yeah, what do you think about those?
I'm trying to, I'm still working them out. I just got them today.
Okay.
So they're called Kuru. Mm-hmm. This is not a paid sponsorship, by the way.
No.
Although,
if it was.
Kuru, if you'd like to,
Yeah.
I think it's Canada based because they came to me in 2 days.
Huh.
Yeah, or 3 days, I guess. I ordered them Monday.
Oh.
They're apparently for people who suffer from plantar fasciitis. They're a nice solution. It does hurt a lot.
Yeah.
And apparently I am prone to re-injuring it because I like to play basketball. Mm-hmm. So
is that what you call it?
I re-injure it every week.
Yes.
Don't think that escaped me, by the way.
I know it didn't. Bless you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, and for the audience, you won our last game of horse.
I did.
I'm sure
and
they would like to know.
The funny part about it was I hadn't played horse since 2018.
I still think that's bogus. I can't.
No, remember I had to get my shoulder. So this is a fake shoulder.
That's right.
I couldn't rotate it. I couldn't move it. So
Okay.
But now it works really, really well.
Well,
Good
either
enough
way,
to beat you at horse.
You did.
I did. I'm pretty proud of that.
Yeah.
Can you tell?
It was fair and square too.
It was. It was.
So
I know.
anyway, I think.
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
I think I like
We
them.
regress. Yes. Good.
According to some people on the internet, when you like some doctors on the internet, I don't know how.
Internet doctors?
Yeah, I don't know. Like they say they're real doctors and they're.
But you wonder.
You do. So there's some people that say don't have extra arch supports or any sort of orthotic things in your shoe if you have plantar fasciitis because you're making it worse. And then some shoe companies say you should have orthotics, which also makes me question because they're selling their shoes.
Right.
Who do I believe, Roger? That's the question.
You know who I would believe?
Who's that?
A podiatrist.
Yeah.
I think that's the right word.
I think you're right, but
See that or pedantic or any of the, no.
so they call it orthotic.
Orthotic.
Right? Mm-hmm. But it's not an orthodontist.
No.
So aren't they doctoral terms are very confusing to me.
They can be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like an orthopedic surgeon
Yes.
is that that's bones, right?
That's bones and joints. And,
So okay.
yeah.
But an orthodontist works on your
Teeth. Dont. Right?
yeah.
Ortho.
Is that
Pedic. Dentist.
okay? All right. I don't think the audience cares about this.
I don't think they really do.
But I'll let you know.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'll probably won't sleep well until you tell me.
Bet you won't.
Yeah, sure.
And I'll bet that'll be the reason why you don't sleep
sure
well.
of it. Absolutely.
Uh-huh.
Hey, before I forget,
Mm-hmm.
we have an event coming up on October 4th.
We do.
We do. It's a huge event, and it actually helps pay for chaplaincy and all the mission work that we do at the YMCA. Right. And the committee made this.
Yeah, it's great.
It's You Are Invited. It's the Muddy Boots Podcast presents.
And the plan is to have a live podcast, right? Or something along those lines.
Yeah, well, you and I are going to have a live podcast while it's going on.
Which will be pretty sweet.
It'll be pretty sweet.
Yeah. And that may or may, depend on how this thing goes, that may or may not be our next podcast.
Exactly.
From this one.
Yes.
So,
yeah.
I mean,
I know.
I'd like to say that's not the case.
I know, but it's going to be down on the waterfront, the brand new waterfront in Vancouver.
Yep.
It's going to be there at the AC Marriott. Is that right? Or is that the...
I think that's right.
I think it is. Way cool. Way cool.
Yep. And we highlight at this event, we highlight all the things we've done throughout the year.
Yes.
If you've never been to one of these.
Yes.
And then we talk about the plans for the future and how we want to branch out.
It's really cool.
Yeah.
I'm excited about it.
So be there. How does somebody RSVP for that?
They RSVP on the YMCA Columbia-Willamette website. We will get that.
It's on there, right?
It's on our webpage. Yeah.
Yeah, just go
so it's under events, and you just RSVP there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And that again, once again, we're trying to get the right people in the room.
Well, we just get people in the room.
That's true. Which usually tends to be the right people.
Well, I know a few famous people like Jennifer Lawrence, and we were complaining about making sure we get the right people in the room. And Jennifer said, let's worry about the right people when we fill the room.
That's good.
That was genius, I thought.
And what's funny is she's very famous.
Yes.
Just not in the ways that maybe some of the audience is thinking.
I know. You would think, but you'd be wrong.
Right.
Yeah. She's very famous.
But she is a celebrity.
And she is a celebrity, yes.
So.
I know.
Just not the celebrity.
Just not the celebrity. Correct. If you ever go up to Ridgefield, Washington, everybody will know her there.
That's right. And that makes you a celebrity.
It does.
Yep.
Yeah, most of the families up and down the 205 corridor know her. She's the guru of youth development.
Yep.
She is. You want to take little humans and turn them into good big humans?
She's the one to help you get there.
She's the one to do it. Yeah.
Yeah, she's pretty amazing.
Part of our mission.
We had her on one of our
we did.
one of our podcasts, so you can go back and listen to that one.
Yeah,
You'll
you
get
probably
to know
hear
her
a
a little
toilet
bit.
flush in that.
That was at the
I think that's the one.
Mm-hmm. It is. Yeah. It's definitely the one.
Yeah.
We've had some great moments over the last. We've had. How many podcasts have we done? We're up to like 15, 16, somewhere in that.
Somewhere in that area there. It was taking off.
Yep. So we've had some cool guests. We had Tyler. If you haven't seen the one with Tyler,
right?
That was last episode.
Yeah.
And it was great.
Yeah.
He was very vulnerable. I really appreciated that podcast.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Demi was a great one.
Yep.
You put her in front of a microphone and you just sit back.
Yeah. And some of these guests we want to get back, go a little bit deeper with them.
Oh yeah.
That's really the next phase of this.
The next phase of everything.
So because once you get when people start telling their real story,
Exactly. When the mask comes off.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And all of the first few, or even the first one with somebody is introductory.
Right.
And the fact that almost, save maybe a couple, but every introductory episode of the people we've interviewed has been, they've gone deep fast.
Yeah.
So that's a testament to
how
we're trying to do it.
Yeah. It just is amazing how it works. Right.
Yeah. So. But what else is going on?
Well, let's see. Healthy Kids Day is Saturday. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to be the best dressed bus driver today. I went and picked up my bus, the one with the ice cream speakers, right?
Yep.
I put this whole thing together. And everybody said I was crazy, but crazy like a fox.
You are crazy.
I am.
But that's
okay.
Yeah.
And I picked it up and the engine light was on because we hadn't run it. So I took it over to our repair facility over here that works with us, and he calls me up and he goes, yeah, well, your manifold gasket's dried and done. So you're sucking air, it's causing pinging. I said, okay, well, let's get her fixed. And he goes, okay. And I said, the only thing is I need this bus by Friday. I need it because I got to fill it with stuff because I'm going to go take that bus up to Ridgefield for the Healthy Kids Day there.
Yeah.
While Demi and Andrea and everybody are down here doing the Healthy Kids Day here. And so it's, we're all over the place. It just never ends. Spice of life tonight.
Right.
We're just always running.
You dealing with me today?
I'm dealing with Matt today.
So I have a question for you.
Okay, talk to me.
Without divulging any of the gory details of why my day has been pretty
hard,
stupid, whatever you want to call it.
All right.
When you've got just like you've got voices that are kind of telling you to go in the opposite direction of where you feel like you should go.
Sure.
You've got, things that are outside of your control that are causing stress. Mm-hmm. And, you're coming to do something like this. I've got youth group later tonight. So it's not like my day.
No, you can't stop doing what you're doing just because you got a bad day.
Right. And I can't hide in the, what I'd love to do is just, go
in the closet
closet and scream and just stay there for the rest of the day, fall asleep, screaming, come out tomorrow and start over again.
Sure.
Can't do that.
No.
Right. So what are some best practices for me?
Well, I can only talk about what's worked for me, right? And that's why it was so odd when I did the deep dive last year, is because that was so unlike me. And thank God for my doctor and figuring out I had a chemical imbalance with hormones and things like that.
Right.
And because that pretty much fixed me right there.
Yeah.
One of my life verses is Colossians 3. Since then you've been raised with Christ. Set your minds on the things above, where Christ is seated at the right hand of God. Set your hearts on the things above, not on the things of the earth. And because for me, when something goes wrong, my thought pattern can go down, right?
Yeah.
Into a deep, dark place.
I identify with that.
Unless I intentionally put my mind on Christ and let my... Okay? I had another person talk to me, how do you know, all these things that are happening, and I go, there is something called spiritual warfare, and the enemy will try to bring you down.
Yeah.
But he can only suggest things. He can't actually make things happen. He can come in and say all sorts of horrible things.
Right.
And the person says, well, how do you know when it's him and not God? And I go, well, God, if according to the Bible, everything I've read, God is love, right? So God will correct you.
Sure.
But he'll do so in a loving way. He won't do it through shame. He won't do it through guilt, right? You know, that kind of thing. He won't make you feel horrible. He may convict you,
Right.
which is still a little different than guilt. And at the end of the day, guilt is actually a good thing. Guilt, it was okay to do yesterday, today I feel guilty about it.
Yeah.
Right? It's you just went up a notch.
Yeah, recognizing something you did
your
was
spiritual formation, all that. But conviction is, yeah, right? Do you feel convicted that you need to do something different? No. So I'm pretty sure it's not God saying any of those things. And one of the other things that I'll ask people, and I'll ask you this right now, if you're not doing work for God, does Satan spend any time with you?
It's a great question. That's a loaded question, but I'll just say no.
No, he doesn't, because he's already got you,
Right.
right? You're already doing things because you're not doing work for God. And so he's not paying much attention to you.
Right.
When things get hard and things start coming at you, the way I look at it, and I just may be that crazy guy, but I go, hey,
maybe I'm onto something.
Satan's throwing a hissy fit. I must be doing something right. He wants to bring me down.
Yeah.
I can tell you a story one time. This is really funny. So I'm driving into the Y, and I get over to 162nd there, coming in off of 500. And there's the turn lane here, and there's a car sitting in it. I'm in the middle lane, and there's a car in the right-hand lane where you can turn and go this way.
Okay.
We're sitting at the red light. It's dark. It's early. All of a sudden, we see this woman, disheveled woman, start walking across the street. And she walks past the car in the turn lane. She walks, and she gets dead center to the hood of my car, right? And all of a sudden, robotically, she just kind of turns and starts flipping me off and swearing at me and just going off.
Wow.
And now all my windows are up and everything else, right?
Sure.
And I just looked and said, I see you, Satan. And I didn't get the N out of my mouth. And she just stopped, kind of robotically turned, kept walking. And the people next to me were like, what the heck was that all about?
Yeah.
You know? Yeah, weird. But that's the kind of stuff that can go on when you're kind of attuned to things.
Yeah.
Instead of just, what is this person doing? Call it. Right?
Yeah. Kind of reminds me of Peter.
In Jesus. Mm-hmm. He can come at you from the wildest places.
Yeah. That's good.
Yeah. You know,
All right.
I don't know if it helps.
Well, sure. It helps.
Okay.
Doesn't make it
kind of like the shoes.
doesn't make anything easier. Well, yeah, we'll see.
Nobody said this was going to be easy.
I know.
This is not prosperity gospel.
That's what I'm saying. These shoes don't do that either.
No. Don't say, hey, just come over to the Jesus side and everything's going to be great. You're going to win the lottery and
That'd be nice,
you're
wouldn't it?
going to grow hair on your bald head again. I mean,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah, it doesn't work. It doesn't work that way.
It hasn't worked.
In fact,
Oftentimes it works the opposite way.
yeah, I would say.
Because why?
I will say
Satan's throwing a fit.
If I were to put a marker on it,
Sure.
I mean, I could easily say my life got substantially harder in 2019 when I said yes to the position of lead pastor Rhapsody.
I know.
Right?
Yeah. But it's the hardest job you'll ever love.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been doing this a long time. I mean, I'm 27. Going to ministry, they said, it'd be fun, they said. Yeah. Look at me. 27 years old.
Don't look a day over 102.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Well, look at all this gray.
I know.
And my hair just naturally stood up like this when I woke up.
It's the light socket.
So, it just happens.
It's good to be you.
Jelly Roll was on American Idol.
He was.
He was one of the mentors.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool.
I bet you Heidi Sumner's going, woot,
I'll
woot.
bet she is too.
Oh, yeah.
That dude was so, the encouragement that came out of that guy.
Yeah.
To all
and to know where he was before.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
It is amazing.
It is amazing.
So now I know, the more I see him, the more I understand why you like him.
Mm-hmm. No, he's a ragamuffin, man.
Yeah. He's a cool dude.
Cool dude. Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah. What else?
Boy, that's about it,
okay.
buddy. We're just running hard.
Mm-hmm.
My wife and Molly, they bought a spa package.
Okay.
And I'm actually glad they did because the Y's got me running so hard that, I get to the Y about 6 o'clock in the morning. I work out for an hour and a half every morning or so. And
okay, wait. They bought you a spa package?
No.
Okay. I thought that's where this was headed.
No. They bought themselves one.
Okay.
And then I end up doing Spice Alive, Healthy Kids Day, chamber events, Rotary stuff, whatever.
And then all the normal.
Yeah. So, I would feel really bad if Lori was just sitting at home waiting for him. But she's not. Her and Molly are going raising havoc at a spa.
Okay.
Doing plunges in ice cold water, which.
Oh, that sounds terrible.
Doesn't it, though? They love it.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
The cold water plunge?
Oh, yeah. No.
Or they do the ice baths and all that kind of stuff, too?
Oh, good Lord.
Like the floating. That there's this whole new craze about, you float. The floating.
I don't know anything about that.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, it's like a therapy thing. And
you float in ice water.
It's not ice water. Those are two different things. But there's I don't know if you can. You might be able to.
I don't know.
If you'd like.
Do I look like it?
Yeah, just saying. You could probably float however you'd like.
I'm sure.
But, I'm glad she's going to the spa.
Yeah, she's really enjoying it. So
maybe that would do me some good.
Yeah, maybe.
Getting Sarah a spa thing.
Yes. Yeah, you should get Sarah a spa thing.
Yeah.
She'd go with Lori and Molly.
Right.
They'd have fun. They'd all get to complain about us.
Yeah.
I know.
Well, what do we? Let's just say that this is our last.
This is our last
podcast for a while, possibly till October.
Sure.
What do we want to say to our?
You know what? I appreciate everybody that's been following along with us. I appreciate everyone that has come on and helped because honestly, this has been kind of scary, vulnerable, right? We've talked about this before, but at the end of the day, if it helps somebody, that's why we're doing this. This whole thing isn't about us at all. It's actually about somebody who's sitting out there and they're going through something that they just need somebody to come alongside or maybe just hear a word of encouragement that this is temporary. It will pass, and life is longer than this.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'd say I've been really encouraged by people like Jack and, those who it really feels like it's a strange thing, but it feels like they're sitting here with us. Mm-hmm. Like it's a weird, it's hard to describe.
I've got a muddy boot in my office.
You do.
Somebody brought in a carved muddy boot and put it in my office.
They created that.
Yeah.
They fashioned it.
Look at the things that people.
Yeah, we've got gifts.
Gifts.
I mean, people talking to us in the halls of the YMCA.
Yeah. People coming to church because they listen to a crazy pastor.
Yeah. So there's there's been a lot of things in a short amount I feel like it's been a pretty short amount of time.
It actually has.
Maybe 6 months. Maybe 7 months. I don't know.
Maybe, yeah.
So, yeah, I feel like we've accomplished a lot of things. We've touched a lot of people's lives.
Yeah.
And
the whole thing with, God's timing and all of that. We don't get to see it.
No.
Right? So we don't understand it. And we go, oh, man, we got to quit doing this or what. There's a reason.
Yeah.
And when it's time to do it again, it'll happen.
We'll pick it back up.
And we will pick it back up. October 4th, AC Marriott on the
live podcast.
Live podcast on the Vancouver waterfront. Go on the YMCA Columbia-Willamette's website, find the events, register for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do we know, there's going to be some food?
Oh, there's going to be food. I don't know exactly what. Bless you.
I'm sneezing a lot today.
A sneezing pot. I hope you sanitize. I don't know what the food's going to be, but it's going to be good.
It's always good.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's going to be dessert.
Yeah.
Drinks.
Yeah. There's even talk, one of the people was talking about the guy who plays Jesus on The Chosen.
Yeah, Jonathan. Yeah, that guy.
That
Rami?
guy.
Rami?
Something like that, yeah. They're talking to him about being there.
For real?
Yeah. Who knew?
Gosh, that would be fun, wouldn't it?
That'd be wild.
Love to interview Jesus. Sorry. I'd love to interview Lottie Frisbee.
There you go. That's great.
Okay. Anyway.
Fantastic. Yeah.
It would be cool to have
It
Jonathan.
would be neat to have
I'd like to. What? I don't want to mispronounce his last name again.
But here's the thing. Actually, as cool as that is, how cool would it be to have you there?
Even cooler.
Yeah, I want to see you. Mm-hmm. That's who I want to see.
And I'd love it'd be really cool to see those we don't know who watch.
Yeah, bring a friend.
The ones who. Well, no, what I mean, but yes, bring a friend.
Bring a friend.
What I mean is, we have the ones who.
Yeah, if I haven't run into you, come on up, man.
Exactly.
Let's do this. We
want to meet you.
We do. We really do.
Yeah, because it's fun to interact. That's the best. The best part for me is the interaction outside of this.
Mm-hmm.
Some people comment, but it's pretty rare. But there are people that run into you like, oh yeah, Muddy Boots podcast.
Oh my gosh.
And then we'd get to talking, and
it's crazy.
It's super cool.
Yeah.
So that's the kind of stuff I like to I'd like to see. So yeah, if you're here at the Y and you see us, I'm here a lot. Roger's here all the time. So yeah, just stop us,
please. People have been telling me stop me for a long time.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Life is about being interruptible anyway, right?
That's right. The algorithm.
That's right.
Disrupt it.
All right.
Cool. Love you.
Have a great week, month, year,
whatever
century.
it is. Who knows what it's going to be.
Yeah, we love you so much.
Yep. See you later.